guys? Chief here from Chief Live Gaming, talking today about a subject that I know a lot of people have already talked about, but I'm going to give you my input on it, and it's what army should you play, or what army should your friend play if you're new to 40k. And this is a tough question. This is a tough question because it's going to be different for every person. Really, the only person that can correctly answer it for you is yourself. And the best advice, if I could give you a single piece of advice, would be to go into the codex that you think looks interesting, or maybe don't even pick up the codex yet and look at it, but just look at the rule book, look at Games Workshop website, look at some fan websites, and pick the army that you think looks the best. You're going to be spending a lot of time. If you're new to 40k and have not yet experienced the joy of how much time it will take you just to make a squad of 10 infantry, prepare yourself. That's all I have to say. It's going to be fun. If you're into that hobbyist side of it, you're going to love it. A lot of us do. Some don't. Some it kind of grows on you. Like in my case, it grew on me. I didn't like it at first. Or I didn't think I would like it. And then I tried it out. I'm like, all right. Tried it out, loved it. So here I am doing conversions like all the time now. It's like all I like to do. So, yeah. Anyway, back on subject. Stop segueing, Chief. Focus, Chief. What I want to really impress on you guys is that you should pick an army that you like. Pick an army that you think you will enjoy the fluff, the models, and the playstyle of. Now, I've got that out of the way. One last thing I want to say. If you play with a group of friends, which you likely do if you're getting into the hobby, I would strongly suggest that you do not pick an army that your friends already play. If you're in a small group, I would say that the majority of us are probably in a group of 3, 4, up to 6 or 7 people. In like a small group of friends that play. If you're lucky, you have 6 or 7 friends that play 40k, and your close friends, whatever. So try not to play an army that is already in that pool. But if you have a buddy that plays Tyranids and you freaking love Tyranids, who cares? Play Tyranids. But if it's kind of like, I like Tyranids, but I also like Tau, which are totally different things, but play the one that is not already in existence in your gaming group, just to add a little more variety. In the longevity, for the health of your little group of friends, it's probably a good thing. Tau is not good for the health of your group, but let's not talk about that right now. So, what I would like to discuss now is a branch of that question, is a branch of that topic. It took me 3 minutes to get here, but I want to talk to you guys about chaos and why chaos would be a really good choice if you like chaos. Now, remember, everything I've said up to this point, we're over here, up to this point has been, okay, you arrived at the point where you're like, okay, I kind of like chaos. Chaos could be cool. I like the style of it. So here's why I'm going to try to convince you to play chaos and why I think it's a great idea. So, back in the day, chaos. So there's demons. There's demons in chaos, and there's chaos space marines, right? So they were all together. There was one codex, and it was chaos. And now, more recently, they've split it into chaos space marines and chaos demons. That's the way it's been for a little while. And within that, now, what they're doing, if you don't know, first of all, there's 4 chaos gods within chaos. There's 4 gods, and they are making a codex for each god. So, below, we're working our way down. If you've noticed, there's like a theme here. We're going down. It's kind of fun. So, in existence right now, there's Khorne, which is one of the gods. Demonkin. It's its own codex. Then there's going to be a codex for Nurgle, Slaanesh, and Tzeentch at some point, I'm assuming. So, as it exists right now, I play Chaos. So I own the Chaos Demons Codex. I own the Chaos Space Marines Codex, and those are from like 6th edition, 7th edition, but whatever. And I also own the Khorne Demonkin Codex. So within the Khorne Demonkin Codex, there are models from both, I guess, of the upper branches. I'm doing a lot of this. I'm going to kind of stop that. You guys got it, right? You guys understand what's happening. So within the 4 subset codexes for each god, there will be models pulled from both Chaos Demons and Chaos Space Marines that are respective to that god. So let's take the example of Khorne Berserkers, because that's a pretty decent example, right? You can play Khorne Berserkers on the field either from the codex of Chaos Space Marines or Khorne Daemonkin. Now, a lot of you might be going, well, Chief, what the hell is the point of that? They're Khorne Berserkers. They're the same unit. Well, the company you can bring with Khorne Berserkers is very different between those two codexes, because in Khorne Daemonkin, remember, you're also getting demons. You're getting bloodletters. You're getting access to the Skull Cannon of Khorne. You're getting access to Blood Crushers. You're getting access to all these things that you could not bring as Chaos Space Marines, and vice versa. So there's a lot of model overlap. And the whole full circle of this discussion is that it's a very good value for your money. When you buy a model, you'll be able to play it out of a couple different codexes with Chaos. And this is, for the very near future. I'm guessing, if I had to guess, that GW is not going to make, remember we talked about those 2 broad codexes, Chaos Space Marines and Chaos Demons. I don't think they're going to be making those broad codexes anymore. I think this is their new approach to Chaos, is just having a codex for each of the 4 gods, and they're just done with the 2 broad things. But for the time being, you can still play out of those codexes. It's okay. They're not very good. I mean, Chaos Demons had its time, right? The codex is a little older now. I think 2013. Don't quote me on that. But it's getting older, and so as codexes get older within this system, they get less powerful, but it's still really fun. It's still really fun. So consider that. If you're thinking of playing Chaos, you buy the codexes, and you can play out of, like right now, I have 3 armies. Well, three playable codices. Granted, for a stickler like myself, I'm going to paint up a Nurgle theme. I'm going to paint up a Khorne theme. And I'm not going to proxy things as often as different gods. So if I want to play, like, Chaos Space Marines with the mark of, Tzeentch, I'm going to have Tzeentch painted ones. I'm not going to proxy out my Khorne ones. The workaround to that is to paint kind of a neutral color scheme, like maybe a Black Legion look to your army. And that's what I'm doing with, like, my Helldrake that I own, Defiler that I own. Stuff like that is more of a neutral, maybe a Land Raider or something you'd want to paint neutrally so that you can bring it. And it'll look okay. It won't stand out in the theme of your army. If you're trying to play it, say, a couple years down the road, you want to bring your Helldrake, but you want to play it instead of in Khorne Berserk or Khorne Demonkin, you want to play it under, Tzeentch Demonkin, if that's what they're going to call it. I would suggest to paint neutrally, but it can be done. That's the whole point of this. You don't have to buy a bunch of shit. You're going to need the core of each army, which is, each army of the 4 gods has its core few units. Like, it has its core unit of demons and its core units of Chaos Space Marines, and then a sprinkling of, like, a few other units that are very specified towards the god. So for the easy example would be the demons. For each god, there is one unit of infantry demons that's very specific to each god, right? There's bloodletters. Those are very specific to Khorne. You would not see those in a Nurgle list. Plague Bearers of Nurgle for Nurgle. Pink Horrors. Those are things that are very specific that you would have to buy, but that's like any other codex. The difference is is you have overlap with chaos. It's not much. It's not a ton. It's not a ton of overlap. But it gives you options. If one day you're like, man, I just want to try something crazy, you can go back up here to your Chaos Demons list and play Codex Chaos Demons, and it's really nice. Really cool. So that is my suggestion to you guys. If you think Chaos is interesting, if you think Chaos is a cool, I don't know, lore setting, because it's Chaos, right? A lot of people like Chaos, myself included. And now it's becoming a very viable option for those of us who are looking to play a lot of different styles, a lot of different army types. Chaos brings that to the table. I'm going to end on that. Think about it that way. You have the versatility of a Space Marine army mixed with tons of other aspects. So, leave you with this thought. If you want to play a Tau army or an Eldar army, for example, those are, and this is a very broad statement, generally leaned towards shooting. Generally. That's a very broad statement. I could even be wrong about that. But just think of it as a very good example. Oh, well, a very bad example would be that a certain army is more designated towards shooting, more designated towards assault, stuff like that. Grey Knights, they're psychers. You know what I mean? You're fielding a Grey Knights army, you're going to be playing with a lot of psychers. And Chaos, we're talking about this whole picture that I've described for you, can play pretty much any type of army. You want to play Psychers? Field a Tzeentch army. Or, well, any army, really. Any Chaos with, you can play Psychers. You want to shoot a lot? You can do that. You want to assault? Play some Khorne, man. You want to bring some cavalry? You've got some Blood Crushers there. You want to bring a bunch of bikes? You can do that. You have access to jump infantry, monstrous creatures, all the cool goodies. You have a small amount within your army available to you. Within that army. So it's not going to be the best. You know, you're not going to have the absolute best shooting, the best psychers. Well, they're good. They're good, but they may not be the best, but you have the ability to very, very easily and greatly switch the style of your army. You can go from many different styles, many different play styles within Chaos. That's what I want to end on. Think about it. Let me know if this was helpful to you guys. Maybe show, if you have a friend that's considering playing 40K, maybe show them this video. That'd be helpful for me. If not, that's fine. You know what? I'm not going to sit here and beg. I'm just not going to do it. I might. No, I'm not going to. So, thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned if you want. You might be able to see some stuff behind me here. Working on a lot of different painting, terrain stuff I'm starting to cover in videos now that I'm a little more confident with my ability to make terrain, do some conversions, do some general painting tips, just easy stuff like that. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see that. If you like the style of my videos, like me maybe, I will be providing a lot of content related to 40K in the future. So ponder it. Ponder it. Ponder it. All right, guys, have a great day. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye now.